Hello, good morning children. What is this? You must have seen this, isn't it children? This is a globe, okay? What is globe? It is the model of the earth. Model means that earth looks exactly like this. Of course, it is not so small. How can we see the earth from inside? So, when the spacecrafts were sent in the space, okay? They had taken pictures of the earth and they found that the earth is in this shape. It is spherical in shape. It is just like an orange. You all eat orange, isn't it children? The earth is exactly like an orange, spherical, and the two sides are little flattened. Okay? So children, this is our earth. The earth spins and moves around the sun. Yes. It spins and moves around the sun. So, the earth along with other planets, they move in their own orbit. Children, previously people thought that the earth is flat because when we look and if we look at the long stretch of land, we see it is flat. And so people in ancient times, in very olden days, people thought the earth was flat. And they were scared that they will fall if they travel in the oceans, and one time it will come to the edge of the earth and they will fall. But it is not so. Some of them, they had said that earth is not flat, it is spherical. Nicholas Copernicus said that the earth is spherical and it spins on its axis. Children, what is axis? See, as you can see that the earth, this globe, there is one, it is held by a stick here, but that is a pole. We call it that the earth has an axis which helps the earth to be tilted. As you can see, it is not straight, it is tilted, isn't it? The globe, as you can see, it is spinning, but it is not straight. This will be the straight position of the globe, but it is not so. The earth is tilted. So children, the earth moves on its axis. Axis is an imaginary line that runs to the center of the earth. Now, why imaginary line? Now this is globe. Globe cannot, be, hanging and in a tilted position. But our earth, they are in the space and they are held by their gravitational pull. Okay, so through their gravitational pull, they are in their space but little tilted. It is tilted towards the north. So, axis, there is nothing called. Have you seen any line inside or have you seen a stick going in between the earth? No, it is an imaginary line, and we think that the earth is it's moving on its axis. It is tilted, of course it is tilted. It is tilted towards the north and it is moving around the sun and it is moving on its axis. But axis is nothing but an imaginary line which we see here. It is held together, the globe, otherwise how can you hang it, isn't it? So it's an imaginary line. So the earth is spinning on its axis around the sun. Okay. Now, if you see the axis is slightly tilted, we discussed. It is tilted. You can see it is not straight. Now these two ends are called poles. These two ends are called poles. The northern one is called North Pole. The southern one is called the South Pole. North we understood by the North Star. Okay, the North Star always in the ancient time showed the direction. So this is our North Pole and the opposite one is our South Pole. These are the extreme 2 points. They are just points. Okay, and these there is one line at the center of the earth which you can see, one dark blue line. Dark blue line. It is called the equator. You will study all these things in detail in 5th standard. Children, there is one center line which is called equator. Again, equator is an imaginary line. There is no such line drawn in the center of the earth. Nobody can draw. Is it possible? Thousands and millions kilometers can you draw a line? Not possible. So this is an imaginary line. Why we have drawn this imaginary line? To divide the earth into 2 equal equal parts or halves, and they are called the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The one towards the north of the equator is called the northern hemisphere, and one towards the south of the equator is called the southern hemisphere. And this is the equator is the longest latitudinal line. We will study about the latitudinal line and the longitudinal lines which are drawn. All these again imaginary line, because to locate the places on the earth and to find the time of different places. For these two reasons, these latitudinal lines and longitudinal lines are drawn, and you can see those grids, isn't it? Those where the latitudinal lines and longitudinal lines meet at each other. Here you have India, children, in your globe. So to locate places where India is located at exactly the point, because it is needed when you go in the aircraft or you move in a ship, it is very important, and the time zones of different countries are different. For these regions, we draw these latitudinal and longitudinal lines. So this is all about your children, about the earth. The earth is moved on its axis. Axis is an imaginary line on which the earth spins, as I have shown you. The globe is just exactly the model of it. You can see the axis, and the earth is little tilted. It is tilted towards the north, okay, and it is tilted at 23.5 degrees. Okay, this axis is slightly tilted. The two end points of the earth are called poles. The upper one, the northern one, is called North Pole. The lower one, just opposite of north, is called South Pole. And the equator, as I told you, this dark blue line, which is exactly in the middle, the broad circular line, is the imaginary line that divides the earth into two equal halves. The northern hemisphere, this is the northern hemisphere, this is southern hemisphere. India is in the northern hemisphere, children. And if you talk about the southern hemisphere, you have Australia, New Zealand, Africa, then South American countries. All these are in the southern part of the hemisphere. Okay, so this is all about your this Earth's different imaginary line. Thank you, children.